Yeah, Arushi.
Okay. Hi everyone, this is Arushi Khare, your TL Marketing. And today I'm gonna go little personal and a lot vulnerable and share my mental health story. So, because why not? Sharing stories makes us feel less alone and destigmatize mental health. So, today, please bear with me. Okay, let me start from the start. I was 7 years old when I lost my dad, and it's been 13 years now. But the trauma it gave still persists. Adding to that, I have always been an over emotional, anxious person whose life is nothing but full of tragedies. Be it getting slut shamed, body shamed at my teenage, or getting molested thrice. So, growing up, I have always been told to be strong, not cry, and just snap it off, see the brighter side. And listening to all this, I started bottling up my emotions, pretending to be okay even when I wasn't, and start actually snapping it all. Well, my point of telling all this today is that because every small or big thing that happened in my life gave me mental illnesses like depression, anxiety, borderline personality disorder, PTSD, OCD, and I have been suicidal for like years now. There are times when I'm like, I am bold, strong, confident, but at times I am also like, all I think of is killing myself. Plus, icing on the cake is the stigma. Yes, all my life I have been listening to things like, "Oh my God, you're so selfish to even think like that," or what think about your family, and you are not suicidal. You just need attention, etc., etc. And all these things made it even worse for me to survive. So, to all those who don't know, September is a suicide prevention month, and we, Isaac and Bhubaneswar, in collaboration with Hues of the Mind, which is a non-profit mental health organization, plan to voice against the stigma, raise awareness, and being true leaders, give our bit in empowering others and suicide prevention. So now I would like to hand over to Mansi. She's the founder of Hues of the Mind. Along with being a mental health advocate, she is an empathetic and amazing human being. Also, we have the head of psychology and research at Hues of the Mind, Rashita, with us. So, first of all, thank you so much for coming with us and talk about such important topics. So, Mansi, head over to you. Thank you.
Hi, everybody, and hi, Arushi. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. And I would just like to say I'm so proud of everything you do and everything you are. And thank you so much for even initiating this conversation about mental health, about suicide prevention. So let's begin. And firstly, we would like to ask you, how are you today? And what is the hue of your mind? So just type it in the chat below, and whatever you're feeling, even if you're sleepy because you had a big lunch, or you're excited, or you're just very exhausted, anything is okay. Just let us know how you're feeling. Thank you so much, and I love the excitement in the chat below. And thank you so much for sharing, everybody. I am excited as well. And just as we have expectation settings in all your calls in ISET, we have an expectation setting here as well. So uh, can you please go to the next slide? Yes. So we just want you to feel comfortable, and we will have a couple of activities where we will require our journal as well. So please carry that and respect the safe space. As Arushi also shared her story, all of us here are just here to talk about mental health, to learn and grow, and not to judge each other. So respect that, and please feel free to share and engage. And there's no compulsion for you to do that as well. It's totally up to you and your comfort. And if you have any expectations or anything that you want to share, please feel free to type it in the chat as we move into the session. All right. So going ahead, next slide, please. Right. So here is our team as Arushi introduced us. I am Mansi and Ruchita is in the call as well. And just wanted to let you guys know that even though we're very passionate about making a difference, we are not mental health professionals. So please do not take anything we say in substitute of professional advice. With that being said, we are here if you want to reach out to any professional and we would love to help you to the best of our abilities. So, as we move ahead, we are here to talk about the significance of Suicide Prevention Day, which is celebrated on the 10th of September every year. But do you think one day is enough to know about the various ways to prevent suicide? So, my co host Rishita would like to elaborate the same.
Thank you, Mansi. Hello, everyone. To answer Mansi's question, absolutely not. Suicide is a very serious thing and can be unpacked with just cannot be unpacked with just information demonstrated theoretically. We need and have constant support in the form of helplines and support groups in order to know more about saving our own lives. Suicide is when people harm themselves with the goal of ending their life, and they die as a result. There's no single cause for suicide. Suicide most often occurs when stressors and health issues converge to create an experience of hopelessness and despair. Suicide is not a normal response to stress. Suicidal thoughts or actions are a sign of extreme distress and should not be ignored. If these warning signs apply to you or to someone you know, please get help as soon as possible, particularly if the behavior is new or has increased recently. Mansi will now elaborate some steps to help someone we care about when they're in emotional pain.
Right. So, can we move to the next slide, please? Right. So, we would learn some steps to be there for someone experiencing emotional pain. And this could be somewhat summed up in 5 different steps, as can be seen in the next slide. So, first of all, we have ask. And to talk about mental health and to be there for people, we need to have uncomfortable conversations and even questions. And the first question that we need to ask them is, are you thinking about harming yourself? And it's not an easy question, but studies show that asking at-risk individuals if they are suicidal does not increase suicide or suicidal thoughts. And the second thing is keep them safe. Reducing a suicidal person's access to highly lethal items or places is an important part of suicide prevention. While this is not always easy, asking if the at person risk has a plan and removing or disabling the lethal means can make a difference. Thirdly, be there. Be there for the person you're trying to support. Listen to them carefully and learn what they're trying to think and feel. Research shows that acknowledging and talking about suicide may reduce rather than increase suicidal thoughts. And fourth point, which says help them connect, basically help them connect with suicide prevention lifelines. And you can also save the number in their phone so it's there when you ever need it. You can help them make a connection with a trusted individual like a family member, friend, spiritual advisor, and a mental health professional. So the fifth point is stay connected and stay in touch after a crisis or after being discharged from care. This can truly make a difference. And studies have also shown that the number of suicide deaths go down when someone follows up with an at-risk person. So Rushida will also further elaborate the warning signs that can help us identify if a person is experiencing suicidal thoughts.
Thank you, Mansi. Could we move to the next slide, please? Okay, thank you. So, if a person talks about killing themselves or is feeling hopeless and having no reason to live or being a burden on others, is feeling trapped or going through unbearable pain, that's a few signs that we can recognize. There are also some behaviors that may signal risk, especially if related to a painful event. loss or change, which are increased, let's say, increased use of alcohol or drugs, and they're looking for a way to end their lives, such as searching online for methods, withdrawing from activities, isolating themselves from their family and friends, not participating in social functions as much. They're sleeping too much or too little, and they're visiting or calling people to say goodbye, like the final goodbye, giving away prized possessions, having built up aggression, or just fatigue in general. People who are considering suicide often display one or more of the following moods: depression, anxiety, loss of interest, irritability, humiliation, shame, agitation, anger, or relief, or there's just a sudden improvement. There are quite a few ways to heal after experiencing suicidal thoughts. Like there's CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, DBT, which is dialectical behavioral therapy, safety planning, and collaborative care. As we are not mental health professionals, we won't be able to demonstrate these practices well enough to do them justice, but we do have a few activities to help cope with suicidal thoughts, be it ourselves or our dear ones. Mansi, over to you.
Thank you so much, Rishita. And if we go to the next slide, we can also see some of the things that Rishita just talked about. And these basically highlight the changes in communication and the mood of the person or the behavior of the person as well. So this is not just a comprehensive list, but can also help us, be more aware of changes. So moving ahead, let's go ahead with our first activity, which is journaling. And next slide, please. So we really hope that you've brought something to write on and you have a notebook or a journal with you. If not, please feel free to write it in the chat or write it in your phone as well. So we would have some prompts for you. And before we begin, how many of you journal here or you've journaled ever in your life before? That's great. Thank you so much. That's great to know so many of you journal. Amazing. Thank you for the response. All right. So moving ahead, we have some of the prompts for you. Next slide, please. Right. So number one, list 3 of your greatest qualities. And I think a lot of times we put ourselves down. We do not see the amazing things that we have in ourselves. And that is when we need to remind ourselves of the same. So take some time out and just write the 3 greatest qualities that you think you have. And just a reminder, talk to yourself like you talk to someone you love. Let us know when you're done, and if anybody would like to share anything that they've written by unmuting themselves or writing in the chat below, please feel free. We would love to encourage participation. We would love to hear from you. And if you're done, then you can go ahead and write down in the chat. Great. So we'll move on to the second prompt now. Next slide, please. Thank you so much for sharing, Arushi. And I definitely agree. I think all of us see that reflected in you and the way that you communicate with all of us. So, secondly, the question is, what made you smile today? And personally, I would let you know that this is something I ask myself on one of the worst days that I have, because I know sometimes it's very difficult to see a good thing that happened in your day, and sometimes it doesn't happen as well. But this really helps us be like, focus a little bit more on the good side of things. And I'm so glad that Suchitra just shared something in the chat. Thank you so much. This is really lovely. Great. Yes, guys, feel free to type down your response here. And these are some questions that you can ask yourself every day after your day ends, or even when you're talking about how your day was with your family. So that's great, guys. Love the answers in the chat. Yes, I truly miss the driving sessions. I was an eye cycle myself. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your responses, guys. And I would say these responses actually made me smile. So, yeah. Okay. So, next slide, please. Yes. So, here are some of the joining link prompts that we came up with. Feel free to take a screenshot. Feel free to, basically go over them, try to reflect and introspect and come up with answers yourself. And we really hope that they help you. All right. So moving ahead, we have the second activity now, and Rushita will be taking over.
Thank you, Mansi. So I'd just like to say for the previous activity that, when we come to reflect on our journal, we go over our work and we identify the elements that assemble in honor of mindfulness that really helps motivate ourselves each day to, live to our fullest potential and, do whatever we want, because who knows what's going to happen. Speaking of mindfulness, I'd like to show you all some affirmations that would lighten our day up and help ground ourselves. Let's now take a moment to read these affirmations and remind ourselves that we, no matter how different or similar, matter in this beautiful world of wonderful souls. Could we have the next slide, please? So I can make it through this. I am capable and worthy. I can cope by problem solving and certainty. These are some examples of affirmations we can, note down or just keep saying to ourselves. We can all, you all are free to take screenshots of any slides you want. We do not mind that. Can we have the next slide, please? I'd like to read out some affirmations. Here are some affirmations that really help us, keep going. So there's, I am courageous and don't need to prove it. I'm directed here for a purpose. I love myself unconditionally. I hold the power of what my life would amount to, and I strive to be my best self. I treat myself right. I have the ability to save myself from the negativity around me. Little by little, I'll be able to solve my problems and survive. There are a lot of affirmations just like this that we can find easily and just write on our own as well, because who's a better motivator than ourselves? Moving on, if you wish to take some time to just read these in your mind and reflect on it, or you have any other affirmations you would like to list down, please write them in the chat box and we'll be happy to read them out. Nancy, that is a wonderful affirmation because we need to listen to ourselves and really believe in ourselves to know where we are headed. And even if we don't know, that's totally fine. Yes, yes, Chirasana. No matter however we are, we should love ourselves, definitely. I learn from my mistakes and get better each day. I have got this. I'm stronger than this. These are so powerful. I am so impressed. This is the first time I'm attending an Isaac meeting, and I am honestly so impressed. You're such wonderful souls. To this, I'd say thank you for taking your time to experience mindfulness with us. Can we have the next slide, please? Here are some apps. You can have a look at some of these apps that offer affirmations and little prompts that make us smile every day. These apps, honestly, from personal experience, they make a lot of difference, and we'd really appreciate it if you would also explore these. I now hand over to Mansi.
Thank you so much, everybody, for participating so enthusiastically. And we have so many different things, so many amazing activities to share with you. And, we hope that these two activities helped you when you sort of practice it and make it a part of your daily routine. And they would definitely help, and some more activities that I can suggest include guided meditations or listening to, meditations that can help you be more mindful and practice mindfulness. And moving ahead, we would just like to share a project that we worked on recently. Next slide, please. Yes, so one issue that we face is that mental health resources are not accessible or affordable. And to combat the same, we wrote a book of our own with a lot of different resources, tips, coping strategies, and stories of people just like you and I. So if you want to raise funds to basically fund therapy for people and also get your hands at a beautiful book, we would love if you could support us by purchasing the book. And we would love to answer any questions that you have. Feel free to DM us at any time. And feel free to reach out to us for any issue that you face. We would love to help you out to the best of our abilities. And next, moving ahead, we would like to basically share a preview of our book, Cues of You, with you. And for that, we would also love to know your feedback of our small session today. So Rishita will just share the feedback form in the comments below, in the chat below. And please take out 2 minutes to fill it. Also, if you want to share any experience or of your life or any experience of the workshop even, feel free to take the stage and share. The space is yours. I also just wanted to remind everybody that if you wish to connect with professional help, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And if you don't feel comfortable in DMing us, I would love to share, the link of our repository where you can connect with professional help and basically get help there. Thank you so much again. Thank you so much for having us.
Aditya, can you stop the recording then?